3/27, November 24th. So.
And are your kids in coffee?
Oh
Do
yeah,
they like
yeah.
coffee?
My
Yeah.
daughter, yeah. Unfortunately, the one of the S words all the time, but it's okay. She said, "Dad, if you open a cafe, I'll be there all the time." So we're working on it.
So
So,
that's why you're opening it.
but she's a
You get to
Starbucks
see her
fan,
there.
has through
Oh,
and through. Unfortunately,
that's the S word.
so yeah.
Yeah,
But you know what? I tell people all the time. Yeah, and I told you earlier. I said our competition is Starbucks and scooters. Unfortunately, the saturation of scooters right now in the area that's really put a
yeah.
compromise on a lot of different small local businesses. The thing that's kind of
True.
a bummer for them is
Yeah.
I know from somebody talking to the owner of one of the local ones that they don't have a clause that you open a scooters here, you could literally open one right here. They should have one, like a 5 mile,
At
because there's
least.
literally five on 159.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because they've been popping up in all over the
everywhere.
place. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna reverse in that train of thought eventually. But on the scooters talk, this was back in 2021, I think. I mean, and so we had just opened up our Godfrey location.
yeah,
And there was talks that scooters is going to come in, like right very close to us, within maybe a mile on
sure.
that main road. I mean, less than a mile. And so we had heard that, but then things were delayed because I think on the news article it was like a ton of people were like, "No, Shivers is better, Germania is better, Post is better. Like, stop bringing
Yeah.
these other places in," which is cool. Totally.
Well, you
local.
need that.
Yeah,
Because unfortunately, a lot of times, it's overruled by the politicians that are
yeah.
in the town.
Well,
So,
you get the taxes in, and fair enough. I mean, but if they're getting more taxes in, that means at the
support
coffee,
local, then you're going to get more taxes from the locals.
No, I totally. I guess.
So-
Yeah. You're right. You're right. But there was this guy, and he came in, and he was asking questions, and I was there, and I was on the espresso bar, and I heard him, and I was like,
This is too detailed.
yeah. I was like, I don't know why you're asking all those questions, but anyway, so in my head, I was just like, all right, man. So you with scooters? I just want to know. I was like, I just have to ask.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it's funny you say that. No, this is kind of what I do. But he was like, but I'm from out of town, and he was saying that. But it was funny because I work with franchises to find properties for them to
Sure.
to use, and he was saying that he reached out to scooters, and that they didn't need it because they had already bought this whole area. So they had already bought plots of land in
Really?
basically every small town that was operatable
Yeah.
and whatnot, and that now their focus was just to find franchise owners. So that's why there was a lot of ads going out. Do you
I've
want to
seen
become a
that.
franchise? Yeah. So I guess they already bought all that land, and that's why they're popping up everywhere. But it was a.
It's unfortunate. I mean, it's because,
Do you
like I
think
said,
it's
there's so many.
Or do you
Just
like,
the reason being is
Yeah,
that, like
yeah.
I said, especially for, like, say, Coffee Box in Maryville. I mean, they're literally a quarter mile down the road from, and I'm just shocked that people wouldn't in the town that can make those decisions
Yeah.
would be like, no, let's support a veteran-owned,
Yeah, it's fair.
active duty business. So, and again, I get it. It's a anytime you get a corporate franchise in, you want that to, oh yeah, but Maryville's a pass-through town anyways.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
going to Fairview or they're going to Edwardsville.
That is very true.
So it's just unfortunate,
Yeah. Because I go back and forth on because Starbucks and scooters just came in town. I mean, within 6 months they opened up, and it's got to be 5 minutes of a drive between both of our locations
Yeah.
here and Godfrey, and so far it's actually gone pretty well. We expected 5-10.
You'll lose it at the beginning, but they'll come back. For
Yeah,
quality.
well, so there it is. So that's where I go back and forth. I'm like, well, I can't believe they did that, but then also at the same time, I'm thinking it forces us to be better and to focus on the right things,
That's true.
and eventually they'll come back.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if we offer the right things. But because I also think, like, and this is something that Midas will be addressing too, is like, at what point are we the corporate things that come?
No,
into
I
other things?
understand.
Yeah, right. So it's like, where do
But
you?
see, you guys too, and that's the areas that you're in. It's more that hometown.
Yeah.
Really pouring it. Scooters is a drive-through.
Yeah.
A cafe is something that coffee connection.
Yeah.
Really to connect with your community. And that's what it is.
That's good.
It is.
That's
I mean,
Yeah.
sitting on a couch having a cup of coffee. You know, coffee is on a high, coffee's on a low.
Yeah.
I mean, for individuals, you know, there's so many different feelings that you can get from coffee. So you're sharing your best experiences over a cup of coffee. You're sharing your worst experiences over a cup of coffee. It's just that it's I hate to say comfort food, but it's comfort drink. You know,